Hi, my name's Donna Edwards, and I'm really excited to be talking to you today. I've been working for AWS for 2.5 years, and I'm currently in the training and certification team. And I'm also on the She Builds committee running the CloudUp programs. Coming from a HR and leadership background of 20 years, I'm passionate about helping people with their career development and progression in both technical and non-technical roles. I'm also passionate about creating a more diverse workforce in the tech industry and specifically helping women build their confidence in tech and realize what an awesome and exciting place it is to be. In this video today, I'm going to give you a quick run through of the She Builds CloudUp Cloud Practitioner program, what's involved and what to expect. We designed the CloudUp program for people who want to learn in a flexible way to suit their own situation and availability, and also learn as part of a fun, supportive community. The program is made up of weekly mentoring Q&A sessions, self-paced digital training modules, and a Slack channel for general Q&A and support throughout the program. There are 2 programs within the CloudUp program range. One is the Cloud Practitioner, which is open to anyone without any tech or AWS experience. It runs for 8 weeks and is a great first step to pivoting your role into more of a digital role or specifically looking to gain AWS skills. The second program is a Solution Architect Associate program. About 30% of our participants from the Cloud Practitioner course roll on to do this Solution Architect program to go deeper into architecting on AWS. It's suited to people who have some sort of technical background or that have completed the Cloud Practitioner and want to go deeper. We launched the She Builds CloudUp versions of the program in November 2020 to create a safe space for women to learn together while building confidence, supporting each other, and growing their networks, which we know is really important for career development. Since that program kicked off, we have run 8 more programs in 2021, with thousands of women getting certified and giving fantastic feedback about the programs. We are able to run these programs for free, with AWS supporting the mentoring and running of the programs, and our exam voucher sponsor, Accenture. So big shout out to the Accenture team and the AWS team for making these programs possible. This is a bit of a snapshot of an example schedule of what we'll go through in the 8-week program for Cloud Practitioner. We start with a launch event. We then get started with our online modules, and each week we've mapped out which modules of the Cloud Practitioner training program you should do. Now, once again, this program is flexible, so some weeks you might have more time than others, and maybe rather than taking 8 weeks, you want to take 12 weeks. It's extremely flexible in the way that you can do your studies. Each week we have a Q&A session with our mentors, and in this session, they will give you a bit of an overview of the services that you might have learned about that week, and they'll also provide an opportunity for you to ask your questions and any areas that you've been stuck with or you'd like them to go deeper on. We also have some extra learning events as well, because everybody likes to study in a different way. So we have some really great foundation sessions if you'd like to get started with some of them prior to completing your digital modules. And a lot of these are live instructor-led sessions. We also run a Women in Tech panel throughout the program as well, normally in the middle at some point. And that's where we hear from some fantastic role models that are based all around the world. Then as we get to week 6, you can see up the top here, it has which week is commencing. Once we get to week 6, we start our exam preparation. So we have some really great live exam training sessions that we provide links for, and also on-demand exam readiness sessions. We also have a Q&A session with our mentors, which will be specifically for exam preparation, and they'll run through practice questions with you and really get you ready and confident. And then we recommend people start booking their exams and doing their practice exams. We then have a graduation event really to celebrate each other's success and also keep people motivated who maybe are still studying and want some more time. So that's a bit of a snapshot of the schedule. But like I said, it's really designed so that you can work to your own pace and your own life. I wanted to share just a little bit of feedback from participants who have been through the program before. There's some real themes around support, having the support of everybody in the community, studying together, and also just studying with a team and having those AWS mentors to help answer questions as you go along. So lots of really great feedback here. I especially love getting to see all the LinkedIn posts and the stories shared as the graduation event happens or after the graduation event, as many people do sit and pass their exams. We do have a very busy but inspiring Slack channel community with over 5,000 women from all across the world at the moment on the Slack channel. I wanted to run through just a few of the frequently asked questions that often come up when you're deciding whether to join the program or not. So this program, like I said, for Cloud Practitioner officially runs for just over 8 weeks, but it is very flexible. Our Slack channel stays open, the modules stay available, so you can take as long as you want. Most people, like I said, would take up to about 3 months at the most, but then some people will do it in a week. So everything is tailorable depending on your situation. There isn't any prerequisite knowledge to join. You don't need to have any tech experience at all or any AWS experience. You don't need to attend every event. I know people that have passed their exam just by doing the digital modules and the exam, the on-demand exam readiness sessions. So you absolutely don't need to attend events. They are all optional. And the sessions will be recorded. So the sessions will be recorded and posted on our Slack channel so that you can watch them at a time that's convenient for you. We do have participants joining us from all over the world, so the events are all virtual and remote. And as I mentioned, there isn't really a time limit on this program. The digital modules remain available, the Slack channel and the materials that we share remain available as well. With the time zones, you may have noticed when we looked at the schedule before, each schedule has the time in Australian Eastern Standard Time because that is where many of our mentors are based and the program has been run out of Australia. But then we also put the Pacific Standard Time as well for the US. So if you are in a different time zone to that, you just need to map your time zone to either the Australian time or the US Pacific Standard Time. We do try and make sure we take a snapshot of different time zones and post it on the Slack channel when we do our reminders, but it can be tricky as well. So get familiar with a good time zone converter. Communication and collaboration platforms is an important point. So we use AWS Chime, Amazon Chime for most of our collaboration calls for our Q&As and our mentor sessions, and also our kickoff event and our graduation. Then we use Slack. So Slack is what's used from a day-to-day perspective. Anytime you have questions, we always recommend posting on the Slack channel because if you have the questions, someone else will have the question. So the Slack channel is fantastic. We also use that to save all of the recordings and upload them and make them available. And also important things like the schedule, frequently asked question documents, everything goes on the Slack channel. And you can find these pinned and bookmarked on the top of the channel, just under the program name. And that's a really important point because with lots and lots of women, there are lots of comments and questions going on all the time. So if you're looking for something important, you really need to use the pinned and the bookmark links up the top of the channel. Now, if certain organizations do block collaboration tools like Slack, so if your workplace does block Slack, you can still access it on your mobile device and you can still access it from your home network. You won't necessarily need it day to day while you're at work anyway, but you will need to be able to access Slack at some point from home or on your mobile. The exam is optional to sit, but if you are going to go through all the effort of doing all of the study, I definitely recommend that you give it a go. There isn't a timeline around allocating vouchers for the program. It's more you need to demonstrate that you've done your exam preparation. So once you've done a snapshot of a practice exam at a minimum of 70%, we'll issue your exam voucher and then you can book your exam. We do recommend that you keep practicing until you get to at least 80% with your practice exams to really make sure you have the best chance of success. We will send you booking instructions when we send you the exam voucher. So a step-by-step how to book to make it really simple for you. And as discussed, this program is free and our exam vouchers are sponsored by Accenture for women that are doing this program. And this program is only for those that identify as a woman. How much time to invest is a question that we get asked a lot. So we've got its own slide for that one. I normally recommend about 2 hours a week. This is if you're trying to work to that 8-week time frame. About 2 hours a week to do the modules and the Q&A sessions. The less that you do in the first 5 weeks, the more that you'll do study time when you're preparing for your exam. So I probably recommend that you might ramp up to 3 hours a week for those last few weeks of exam preparation. Personally, my approach is to do the modules, then to do the exam modules, exam preparation modules, and then do some practice exams. And that will show you where your gaps are. So from the practice exams, it will say, you really need to go and study a bit more about S3 or EC2. It will give you those services that you need to do some more reading on. And then you can go and read the FAQs or the white papers and brush up on those services and then do another practice exam. So that is the approach that personally I take, but everyone is a bit different. So we're all in the same boat. Everybody is studying together. It's really important to reach out and ask for support and for motivation when you need it. There is no failure of this program. This program is success just by being part of this program and joining it, regardless of whether you sit the exam at the end or not. So please make sure that you consider yourself successful by joining this program. And before we wrap up, I just wanted to move on for some training that is available to everyone. So for the men in your lives, if you'd like to promote, or if you don't want to wait until the next CloudUp program, you can get started as soon as you want. Our free digital training site is fantastic. We've got over 500 training courses on it, including the Cloud Practitioner course. You can do keyword searches, you can filter, it's really fantastic. There's also some specific learning pathways and learning plans that have a mix of training courses and labs. So, have a look through those. We also have lots of really fantastic free live and on-demand training events. So this is where our AWS instructors will be delivering either Cloud Practitioner or machine learning introduction. They'll be delivering lots of different sessions. You can filter by language, country, whatever you like, in order to find some really great free live trainer events. And also we have some on-demand events. One of my favorites is the Twitch training. That's really great fun and a great way of learning. So have a look at that if you haven't. And finally, ramp up guides. These are absolute gold, especially for exam preparation. They have so much information on there. Once again, they have role-based guides like developer or architect, and they also have specialty guides like machine learning or networking. So please feel free to get started on those at any point in time. Finally, next steps, register for the program if you haven't already. You will be emailed with all the links and instructions 2 weeks before the start date of the program. And like I said, feel free to get started on Amazon.com training anytime. And other than that, I'll see you at the kickoff event. If you can't make the launch event, it will be recorded and posted on Slack, and you will get the Slack invitation in the email that comes through 2 weeks before launch. So thank you so much for joining me today, and have a lot of fun on the program if you join. Feel free to connect with me on LinkedIn as well. Here's my LinkedIn details here, and stay safe, everyone. Thank you so much for your time.